Our videotaping today. We're going to have this on YouTube, but it'll be later next week when it gets posted. So it's not a live recording. It's just a regular recording. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I have a pen to remind me. Brain just doesn't want to work. I found a cartoon on Instagram I wanted to share with everybody. It says, "You've made 7,482 stitches correctly. But let's focus on the one stitch you did incorrectly." It's like, as a matter of fact, let's point it out to everyone who compliments your finished object. We can all identify with that. Okay, we have, I don't have any member news, other than that our hospitality princess's birthday was this past week, so happy birthday, Tony. We received a request from someone who would like help with fixing a damaged throw that was knitted by her grandmother. So if anybody would like to offer some help, I can give you their contact information. I did post it on Ravelry with a couple of pictures of what the damage looks like. So if anybody might want to help, just see me at the break and I'll give you their phone number and their email address so you can do that. Let's see. Next month is our election. And we had 2 openings. The other ones were the people in those positions are going to continue for another year. But the open positions are recording secretary, and Alice Kemner is going to run for that position. But we need, thank you, Alice. But we still need to have someone to run for administrative VP. So if you're interested in serving in this and consider running with a Fed. Otherwise, I'm going to start calling names. or maybe I put a sticker under your chair.
What does that job do?
Yeah, what is the job description?
Of course, I don't have it with me. They're responsible for the potluck luncheon and the Founders Day luncheon. They oversee the hospitality, so we already have Tony in that position. They oversee membership, so that's Beth is already in that position. And the knit-ins The knit-ins is also, and Joanne's doing that. And whenever you have a luncheon, there's always a lot of people that are willing to step up and help with that. So there's, and the board is always willing to, fill in if there's a question or you don't know. But it's
If you missed one important one, they get to be president if you're gone.
and they get to be president, but I write everything down, so I can't remember whatever. But And if they weren't available, any board member, I think, could do it. But anyway, hopefully someone that's here today would consider, because I can call people, but if you're not a member that attends, it makes it better if you're here. So find a friend, do it together, and like I said, you've got your committee already in place. Speaking of membership, Beth, if you have a membership card or a badge that you need to pick up, Beth has those today.
Yeah.
And you can join today or renew if you want to, because we can accept payment. So you can see Beth, who's over at the hospitality table. Guild Library, we're trying to get that going again. We've got, I forget how many books we've got, 150 books. And there's a list of the books on the table. They're also on the website. So if anybody wants to borrow a book, and there are some DVDs. There's Elizabeth Zimmerman's Baby Surprise Jacket is one of them. There's some Lucy Neatby DVDs if you want to borrow. So check out the list and see if there's something you want to borrow, and just let me know and I'll bring it to the next meeting. Or write your name in the space next to the book you want and I'll check it and bring it to the next meeting. Somebody had asked about the Guild Pattern Book. We had printed this out for Founders Day prize. It was we gave those out as the attendance.
What was the table? It was on it.
It was on the table. Everybody got a copy of this. And that was back in 2015. But it's on the website. So if you want, there's at least 70 hat patterns. If anybody wants to see what the patterns are, they're here, but they're available on the website. You just have to log in with the password. So that's what's there. And on the website, you just go into the member area, patterns and tips, and the name of it is the Guild's 30th Anniversary Pattern Book. And there are also some other individual patterns that are listed in some tips and hints. So if you haven't been on the website for a while, just, you can find that information there. And knit-in updates, I don't think we had any changes. The information in the February newsletter is current, but Joanne Acapole is going to take over as the coordinator for that from me, so I appreciate that, Joanne. And local yarn shop news, are the liaison. Alice is going to be stepping down as the liaison, and Joanne agreed to take over as the liaison for the yarn shop news, so she'll be looking up information. And Michelle from the Seven Sisters is here, and she's going to share news that she has for the shop.
So if I stand here?
Yeah, just yell. You're good.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Nice to meet you all. Seven Sisters has a lot going on. You know, we are small, but we are mighty. So we continue to bring in more yarns to the St. Louis market, so please stop by and check out what we have. We've got a new shipment of Cascade 220 in. We've got some we got some Patagonia. We have, gosh, just all yarn. Yes, thank you, more sock yarn, local sock yarn, which by the way is a giveaway today with a $40 gift card for a traditional sock class. If you'd like to take advantage of that with our lovely Martin traditional socks with leather. And then of course we have Keith Sander, who is going to be doing a color work class in March. And we have Jean Wash, who's going to do brioche. She's starting in February, and we'll more and more classes as we go. So sorry for the long explanation.
No, thank you.
Come on, Bob, check this out. All of you, right? So thank you very much.
And
The minutes that we have scheduled right now is on the first and third Thursday, and that's usually from
I'm not sure exactly where in the complex it is.
If you want to stay later, that's fine. You have to wake me up. Other than that, that's good. And then, of course, because we don't have classes scheduled every day of the week, if you have a group that would like to come to the shop and be able to sit in and knit, just give us a call. We'll be happy to book a class space for you. Our classes don't always run during the store hours. So if you're out during the day, you're at lunch, swing on by. We'll be happy to help you, okay? And the room pulls up. It does.
Your two-year Culver class and Welsh class, is that on the website to sign up for it, or will we do?
The brioche class right now is on the website and it's already, so we are taking a waiting list.
Okay, that's fine.
But we will also be having a color work class down, probably by the end of this.
Just keep checking the website.
Yes, please. We put it on Facebook this week. And
Thank you.
we'll put it in.
thank you, Michelle.
Thank you very much.
If you couldn't hear it on the video, there's a knit-in on the first and the third Thursday. And that's a fun group, so if you want to come join us that day, that's good. And let's see,
Your time, you didn't say the times.
5:30 to
Close.
till close, till we decide to quit. Okay, I have yarn shop news from YarnCom. They're going to do a cowl stitch along featuring Cascade yarns. It starts on February the 12th and it ends on March the 18th. And the website probably has the information on it, or I can give you, show you the flyer for that if anybody's interested. It's if you buy the pattern, there is no charge, but if you want to participate in the class without and use your own yarn, it's $15. So be sure to check out YarnCon too. So we've got two great yarn shops now, so we want to definitely support them both because they both have good stuff. Let's see. I think that's all the announcements I have, unless someone else has an announcement they need to make. Okay, we'll go on with the business portion. Are there any corrections to the minutes from the January 14th meeting that was printed in the February newsletter? If not, do we have a motion to approve? Sue Holly, second. Judy Roach. Okay, minutes are approved. The Treasurer's report, are there any questions on the December Treasurer's report that was published in the February newsletter? If not, they will be submitted for audit. And Judy Roach has completed the audit for the Guild's books for 2022, and everything was found to be in good order. So, thank you, Judy. She's over here now. Okay, thank you, Judy. Let's see. I think I'll wait for that one. Other reports, we're gonna go on to the administrative VP. Let's see, Eileen.
I was gonna do it from the side, but I wanna be on YouTube. Okay, Joni is away today, so she's not here. One example of one thing that the administrative vice president does is announce the current membership. We now have 217, plus probably a few, members, including 24 lifetime members. So we've grown a lot. Some of the lifetime members we haven't heard from in a while, so we're trying to contact them via email and snail mail to just confirm what their status is. But we like to keep track of them even when they're no longer able to come to meetings. We also have 5 new members. Shirley Eichmeyer. There's Shirley in the back. Chris Gilbert. Chris Gilbert not here. Amanda Endicott. Jessica Mills. I thought I saw her. No. And Patty Riley is new. She turned in her form today. Patty? Oh. There was somebody else who was new.
Oh, over here.
Yes?
Melanie Brown.
Melanie, nice to have you. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about today is being the administrative vice president. It's a fun job. There are a few administrative things like keeping track of attendance and membership, but there are 2 wonderful people who already do that. The other big jobs are managing the potluck luncheon, which we usually have in June, and the Founder's Day luncheon, which we have in October. And those are, especially if the Founder's Day luncheon can be a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun. And if you put out a plea for people to help, you'll have more than enough help. And you get to, as you get to ask for prizes for the raffle, you get to see all those prizes before anybody else does. So that's one of the advantages. But it is a fun job, and if you think you might like to try it, if you have any questions, let me know. Or actually, a couple of our former vice presidents are in the back there, the Holly girls, who can vouch for how much fun it is. So I hope we find a good person or people to take that job. Okay?
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, Okay, communications, Mary Dale Bannister is not able to be here today, but we just need to remind everyone, or encourage everyone, that they can submit articles for the newsletter, and the deadline for the March newsletter is February 26th. So, do book reviews, experiences with retreats, or any kind of information, always glad to see it. And if you've designed a pattern, always look for patterns. Community service, we're going to let Pam take over for community service. She's got some goodies to show. It's kind of
I'm Pam Riley with Community Service, and let's see, I need to thank Laura Arante for bringing a wonderful selection of lovely charity yarn, quite nice stuff. At the break, make sure that you go and peruse the table, because this is really nice yarn, and it can be used where there's a lot of baby weight, or the baby jacket or the sweater knitted along. So, and, let's see, that's back there. Let's see, we have many thank yous. They are on the far right table, near the corner. They're thank you notes from various organizations that have received items from us. And we give a vast number of items, and we get really nice notes back. Sometimes we get form letters, but that's okay, because those charity organizations are busy distributing things. Let's see, we're soliciting, or if you have extra yarn that you want to donate to the charity table, please feel free. We love it in various ways. We're considering, well, I'm kind of messing with this. One of our members has had some experience with the Children's Hospital, and we're considering, and I think we're going to go with it, making blankets to give to Children's Hospital. You'll get more information in the newsletter, including a pattern that Margaret, well, I don't know where Margaret is, there she is, she's in the back. Margaret developed herself, and she made a prototype, and I'm kind of messing with it too, and I'm only half done because, well, I'm slow. Are there any other questions or anything? Oh, the goal for the hats, the hat goal for the year is 100 hats a month, which adds up to be 100. You are so good. Yeah. Anyway, so keep the hats coming in. We have some great hats back there, and there's yarn, and enjoy it. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, can you tell me what size that blanket is for children?
It's somewhere between 28 and 30 inches square.
Okay.
That's what now I want to talk to a contact person. I need to talk and make sure that these blankets are supposed to be washed before they're donated. Okay, so there's other hospitals that I've worked with that they're quite restricted on what needs to be done for in-kind donations, hand knitted items, and they have certain criteria, and if you don't meet that criteria, they will possibly discard your product, which is terrible, but they might not accept it, and we can deal with that. But we'd rather have, if we've got, this is what we're planning, it would be good if that actually occurs. So anyway, we're working on it. We're gonna get more information in the next newsletter and at the next meeting. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Education? But May?
Okay, have a lot of things to share. Our next meeting in March, we're going to get to know you. We're going to have some events, some fun to do. We'd like a little help with that. If you have an icebreaker game that you've been part of that helps people get to know each other, please let us know. Susan and I will be glad to take any help. Today's program is going to be classes. We have 5 classes. I have to see if I can remember. We have Intarsia. We have stranded knitting, we have short rows, we have fix it. What's the 5th one? Ravelry. So those are the 5 classes. Most of these, to be able to do some knitting and get something done, we'd like to have around 10 students at a table. We're going to have 2 up here, 2 towards the back, and 1 towards this side. So we do not have a sign-up. It's going to be a first-come, first-serve. Most of them have asked you to bring needles and yarn to be able to work on what they're doing. Short Rows has offered to supply you with what you need for trying out Short Rows. Are there any questions?
Bring a pen.
Oh, everybody bring a pen. I'm handing out paper for Fix-It, but you may need paper otherwise. But it's nice to make notes, and we hope you can enjoy those. Just a quick message. If you don't think any of the classes are going to be of use to you, you're welcome to stay and knit. But remember, we're having classes. Don't talk too loudly. Keep it soft, very small groups. And that goes for the classes also. If you know something about the class topic and would like to sit in to make sure the students are doing what the teacher says, you're welcome to sit in.
I'll go it alone. Is that old time rock and roll? Thank you. Oh, another day older, deeper in debt. Hello, I'm Tony, Princess of Hospitality. I wore my birthday crown. I have to get a better one. Today, let's see. I always give prizes, but today someone gave me a prize. My dear friend Kate Sander. Put your hand up. It's a beautiful table runner, dogs, which she knows I'm insane about dogs, and Valentine hearts on the other side. It's beautiful. And no, you can't have it. You can try mugging me in the parking lot, but even though I'm fat, I'm pretty strong. Today we have one visitor, Joan Esserman. Joan, where are you, Joan?
Over there.
We encourage you to join. Then you'll be eligible for the fabulous prizes. And today, as Michelle said, a very fabulous prize. Let's see. So we have 58 members today. And so without further ado, I also have a nice prize from YarnCom, Book of Yarn. Eileen says it's a very good reference book. So without further ado, let's see. Paula Brasani. We haven't won in the past year, Anna.
That's all Paula needs is another book.
Sorry, Paula. Here. I know we all have our bags. And
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, YarnCom.
Congratulations.
Okay, Tracy Brown. Tracy, unfortunately, not the most fabulous prize. This is Christmas, but Joan just brought them today. Don't blame me.
I forgot.
Hey, she doesn't have anything to do. Okay. And then Lynn Phillips. Lynn, are you here? Unfortunately, still not the sisters. Thank you. You're welcome. $40 gift card. Tony Emerson. Oh! No, I'm just kidding. Lillian Neary. Okay, Lillian. And I think she's giving a class today. There you go. I don't know, you might be able to take her in the parking lot. She gets ready to use. Okay, we're looking for names.
Okay. Thank you, Tony.
No,
Okay, we're going to do show and share, and our fabulous photographer Lee is in the back. So when you come up and show your thing, you can turn your show and share form into me. I'll create a bundle on Ravelry, and use that information for the newsletter. And Lee will take pictures so that we can put those pictures in the newsletter.
thought you'd take a peppermint.
Yes, Barbara?
Did she come up and model her sweater?
Lee, you get to be part of show and share.
Oh my God, it's gorgeous. We wanted,
She loves the color block.
details.
You can put it here.
If she does, it's beautiful.
Oh, but I love this.
I'll do it from now on.
You have to take a selfie.
Yes, I have lots.
I think that's-
Trust me, I have many, many selfies. Lots of them. This is a color block. I don't remember the name of the pattern, but I'll look it up. But when you make it, it's all different colors and different textures. So it makes it, you don't get bored. It's double moss stitch and something like broken rib, and I'm not sure what this one is. So anyways, but it's lots of fun. Thank you very much. But the number of balls that they call for isn't quite right, so I had to order an extra red. I didn't have enough, this is supposed to be this color, or maybe the tan, and it ran out. I had an extra white, so I made it white. But it's fun. It's lots of fun.
Who said it, nobody would notice if you hadn't pointed it out?
That's
right.
true. Yeah, that's true. I like it, and I think it's neat that the sleeves are different lengths. I mean, the total length is correct, but it's just very interesting.
So it's a kit, you bought it as a kit?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, you just made the amount of yards.
They call
They
for
call
it. Yeah, but they call for it. But yeah, I like it a lot, and I like it even more now that I have the pin. I used to walk around because it's really warm, and people say when I would hold on to it, and they go, "Oh, did you hurt your arm?" So, anyways, now I put the pin on. Yeah, it is a good. No, it would never come out right. But I have enough left over now. I can make a hat, and it'll be all different colors.
Well, there you go.
So it
It's
sounds all
very
good.
nice.
It's
Yes. Gee. That's right, and she's the lady that I'm now taking photography lessons from. So, Darlene's a good name. Yes. So that's it.
Very pretty.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I made one of the 5-hour baby sweaters. It's just an acrylic yarn I bought when I went on a trip, so. It says it's a 6-month size, but I think 3. I don't think it would fit. So anyway, it was fun to make. I just didn't do it the way they tell you. They tell you to do the sleeves before you do the body. You start at the top and you work down, then they say knit the sleeve flat, then you come around and knit the sleeve flat, and I think, man, we're going to put those sleeves on holders, do the body, and then do the sleeves. So. Lynette, you got it?
I found this the other day after moving. There was a lot of stuff I couldn't find for 2 years. It's called the Cathedral Grove Shawl. It's by Rosemary Hill. And I spun the yarn. It's wool. I dyed the pink yarn, and it looks orange to me, but it said it was pink. Anyway.
Coral, yeah.
And if you look at the pattern, it's really thin yarn. So you can choose to make a really thin yarn like this one, or you can use thicker yarn and it'll turn out way warmer. Is that where I give that to you?
I get that. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
I'm Pam Riley, and I'm teaching short rows, and I learned all the short rows that I'm teaching and some more in Sock Madness. Sock Madness is a competitive sock knitting thing, and there's over 2,500 people that participate around the world every year. I've done it like 5 years, and you have to register for it. And this year, you have to register by February 14th. So if you're a sock knitter, if you have some experience, it's described as finishing school for sock knitters. I have 4 that I knitted last year. There were, I think, almost 20 patterns, all free for registered and participants. Right after the 14th, you're going to be knitting a qualifier pair of socks. You have 2 weeks to do that. These were the qualifiers last year. They're a lot of slip stitch, and the heel is basically a block heel, but there were some pickups there that I had never seen. And technically, there were short rows. This was like number 3. This is stacked stitches. If you've never done stacked stitches, they're hard. This was in Tarsha in the round. All these little patches are in Tarsha, and there was actually the back is joined up by a type of short row. Yes, and these were the ones how many people have done steeks? I did my first 2 on these socks. Woo! I actually used a sewing machine, which a good thing it had it's straight stitch. It had it.
Detachable.
Well, never mind. I'm a little frazzled. I'm going to do these short row, and I have a terrible time in front of people. But if you knew, one of their goals for the Sock Madness, besides the camaraderie, is to learn new techniques, and you will learn or you will die. Anyway, I also did not last year, but the year before, a technique, 2-color brioche, 1 pass. I couldn't do it now but I'd have to look it up. But can you believe that? I mean, it's like, it took me 7 days to get those socks started. And yes.
Are you gonna do it again this year?
Absolutely, it's the highlight of my knitting year.
I follow a YouTube podcaster that can't wait till this starts. And then how far have you made it? What's the highest you've got?
I was the representative last year on Team U. So Team U was, I think they were drugged. They put you on groups of people, 40 people, 32, somewhere in that vicinity. The A's are the slowest, the Z's. These socks here took me, I don't know, a long time. And the person that completed that, the winner, was this first person, 15 hours from the time the pattern dropped.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, these people are nuts. I don't know. They don't ever sleep. They don't ever sleep. I have to pause. I have to stretch my hands. And so, I'm sorry? It's free. It's free, and all these patterns are available. You download them. You have to download them. And then when the Sock Madness is over, they charge $5, $6, $7 for them. And sometimes they're free, sometimes they're impossible to do, and sometimes I don't think I'll ever wear these things. But they're. Huh? What?
Why would you want to put steaks in socks?
Because you can. That's the only. Okay, these have so many weird techniques. I'll let you come back and look at them. There are 7 techniques that are really not used very much at all in knitting, and they're almost never used on socks. It's just nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
but there's beautiful socks. There's things that I wear every day. These guys. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna.
Don't you get kicked off though? Don't people
You do. You start out with 40, and the first cut is 10 people drop off, and then maybe 5 people drop off, or 8 people. Depends on. And they're at the round 7, or round 6, there are 5 people left. And I generally make round 6, but this last year this was supposed to be a relatively fast team. And we were about finishing when about Team D finished, which is one of the slower teams. So it was just, we don't know, well, I don't know what happened. It's just weird. But anyway. Any questions anymore? Yes?
What do you do with the socks when you're done with it?
I wear them and I give them away. Everybody's got, what size are your feet? That's all I mean. Because sometimes you knit them to specifications, and you have to take a lot of pictures to get make sure that everything is kosher. And when I have a tendency to have a deep row gauge, so sometimes they're longer. They target like a 7-8 women's socks, generally, except for when it's a man's sock, which has happened. Anyway, a lot of times my socks are too long. I have big-footed friends, and that is so good. Anyway, okay, bye.
Thanks, Pam. Okay, we're going to take maybe a 5-minute break, quarter till.
10 minutes, we've got to set up the room.
Oh, 10 minutes, we're going to, I'm sorry. You got one more orange? Oh, yeah, Beth wants to say.
First of all, I wanted to apologize to anybody that got an email from me. My email account was hacked. And I know a lot of people got emails from me. And sorry for any inconvenience. I just got to figure how to get out of it. Also, I have some membership cards here, and I think all of you are here. Stop by and get it. Diane Wolf, Danielle Goodman, Mary Fitzgerald, Deborah Bremer, and Melanie Braun. So if any of you are here, stop by and get your cards. Thanks.
Last but not least, this is the Empower Lace by Rami Hill. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. You can download it. The yarn is Crystal Palace yarns and pearl. And it only took one skein of yarn, which is about 220 feet, on a number 8. So easy, relatively easy, I guess.
Is it like a cowl?
Yeah, it's a cowl. Yeah. It's sewn in the back. Somebody forgot to cut off the tail, but anyway, it's sewn in the back.
I'm Lillian Nearing. I'm going to be teaching the stranded knitting class. And these are some Christmas stockings I've made for some of my grandkids. And these are based on Spindle Knitters stockings on Ravelry, because I've made modifications, but on my Ravelry page, on the project, I tried to make them unique for each grandkid. And this one is my wrestling granddaughter. She gets the Ninja Girls. And this one has the Harry Potter, what's that called? The Deathly Hallows. Purple, because he's such a great boy. He's very royal. Anyway. So I did this too.
Okay, now we're going to take a 10-minute break so they can set the room up for the classes. Do you know which area of the room it's going to be, which
We're going to have a
classes?
sign on it.
Okay, so just look for the sign. So 10-minute break and we'll start that. And then we need to be ready to clean up at 3:45. So we'll have an hour.